He went to zero, and then he would randomly stop me.
Objective is still the same today, to factor a polynomial completely. You have a test tomorrow, 20 questions, multiple choice, 5 extra credit over everything we've done this week. And there's just one small thing extra that we have to go through next. In this problem, you have 12x to the second minus 8x and then plus 16. Now the highest number that comes out of each of these is going to be 4. But when you go back and look at the x's, you do not have an x term on the third one. If you don't have it in all of them, you can't take it out of all of them. So since there's no x term there, you can't take out an x term. So just divide everything by 4. 12x squared divided by 4, 8x divided by 4, and 16 divided by 4. So you're left with 12 over 4, which is 3, x squared, and then 8 divided by 4 is 2, you still have an x, and 16 over 4 is 4. Bring this problem up. It is 20x to the second plus 10x minus 15. The solution here, the highest number you can take out is a 5. When you divide everything by a 5, you're left with 4x squared plus 2x minus 3. Bring this one up here. 24x squared plus 16x minus 32. The solution for the practice problem, the highest number that comes out of each of those is 8. We don't have an x term back here, so you can't take one out. Divide all those by 8 to get 3x squared plus 2x minus 4. Drop this one off. This one is 22x to the second plus 33x minus 11. The highest number that comes out of each of these is 11. And there is no x term on the last one, so you can't take out an x. Divide everything by 11 to get 2x squared plus 3x minus 1. In this problem, we have 12x to the fourth, y to the sixth, plus 18x to the third, y to the fifth, and minus 24x to the fifth, y to the sixth. Now in this problem you start out doing the same thing as we did before, which is to find the highest number that comes out of 12, 18, and 24. That would be 6. Now look at the x's. Go in alphabetical order. Start with the x's. You have x to the fourth, third, and fifth. What's the lowest?
Third.
So you're taking out x to the third. And what's the lowest power of y? The fifth power, so this is what you're dividing everything by. So now you have to go back through and divide each of these by 6x to the third, y to the fifth. So 12x to the fourth, y to the sixth, divided by 6x to the third, y to the fifth. And set up the rest of them as well. 18x to the third, y to the fifth, over 6x to the third, y to the fifth, and then 24, x to the fifth, y to the sixth, over 6x to the third, y to the fifth. Now go through and cancel what you can. On the first one over here, 12 over 6 is a 2. And then you have x to the fourth over x to the third. When you subtract the exponents, you're just left with x to the first. And for y to the sixth over y to the fifth, you're left with a y. And then on the next one, you have 18 over 6, that's 3. What happens to the x's?
They cancel and they just show.
And what about the y's?
They cancel and just show.
Yep, so they're gone. You're just left with a 3. And then minus 24 over 6 is 4. What do I have left from my x's?
X to the squared.
Yeah, x squared, because of 5 minus 3 is 2. And then what's left from the y's?
Just y.
Just y, because you have 6 minus 5, which is 1. This would be your final answer here. This one is 25, x to the third, y to the sixth, plus 15, y squared, not y squared, that should be x squared, and then y to the third, and minus 10, x to the fourth, y to the fifth. For this problem, the highest number that comes out of all of them is 5. And the lowest power of x is x squared, and then the lowest power of y is y to the third. You have to divide all of these by 5x squared y to the third. When you do that, you're left with 5x y to the third plus 3 and then minus 2x squared y squared.